Welcome to Easy English Official, the place where learning English feels simple, fun, and full of energy. In today's video, I want to share with you my personal listening practice routine made especially for beginners. If you are at the A1 level and want to understand English step by step, this video will guide you in a friendly way. Think of it as your first step toward confident English listening. Many learners struggle when they first begin to listen to English because everything sounds too fast and too difficult. That is why I designed this routine to be slow, clear, and enjoyable for everyone between 12 and 60 years old. You will hear easy conversations, repeat useful phrases, and practice every day with simple steps. Each moment is created to help you understand more and feel proud of your progress. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to train your ears for English, even if you have never practiced before. I will also give you tips to make listening part of your daily life, without stress or boredom. Stay with me until the end because I have a special mini quiz to test your listening skills. And don't forget to subscribe to Easy English Official so you never miss another lesson. When you start learning English, listening is the first doorway to real communication. It gives you the chance to hear how words actually sound, not just how they look on paper. Many beginners spend too much time reading and writing, but they forget the power of listening. Without listening, it is almost impossible to speak naturally. Listening helps your brain connect sounds to meanings in a way that reading alone cannot do. Imagine a small child learning their first language. They listen for many months before they even speak. This natural process also works for English learners, no matter your age. The more you listen, the faster your brain begins to understand. When you listen often, you start to notice patterns in the language. You hear common phrases, repeated words, and natural intonation. These small details make English sound alive and real, not like a textbook exercise. Over time, these patterns stay in your memory. Another important reason to practice listening is to build confidence. At the beginning, English sounds like a fast river with no clear breaks. But as you listen more, you begin to catch familiar words. Each word you recognize feels like a small victory that motivates you to continue. Listening also trains your ears to accept different accents. American English is a good starting point, but in the real world you will meet people from many countries. Each person speaks with their own style, speed, and rhythm. Practicing with a variety of voices makes you flexible. Beginners often feel shy because they cannot understand everything. This is normal, and it happens to everyone at the start. The important thing is to accept that understanding grows step by step. Even if you catch only one or two words, it is still progress. A wonderful benefit of listening practice is learning the natural rhythm of English. Every language has its own music, and English has a very unique beat. When you listen daily, you start to feel this rhythm inside you. This rhythm helps you speak more fluently later. Listening practice also makes vocabulary learning easier. Reading a new word shows you the spelling, but listening teaches you the sound. Without listening, you may pronounce words incorrectly and feel confused. Listening makes words come alive in your memory. Many learners are surprised when they realize listening improves their speaking too. This happens because your mouth copies what your ears receive. If you never hear good English, you cannot produce good English. Listening gives you a model to follow. Listening can also reduce fear of real conversations. Many students are afraid to talk with native speakers because they cannot understand. But after regular listening practice, the brain becomes ready. Real conversations then feel less scary and more exciting. When you listen often, you develop a sense of context. Even if you do not know every word, you can guess meaning from tone and situation. This is a powerful skill that helps in movies, songs, and daily conversations. Guessing meaning is part of real communication. Listening also teaches you to be patient with yourself. Language learning is not a race, it is a journey. Every day of practice is like planting seeds in your mind. One day, those seeds will grow into strong understanding. It is important to remember that listening practice can be fun. You can listen to songs, podcasts, movies, or simple stories. The secret is to choose content at your level, not too difficult. Fun listening makes your brain want more. For beginners, slow listening is especially useful. It gives your ears time to catch each word clearly. Over time, you can move to normal speed and challenge yourself. This step-by-step process builds strength without frustration. Listening also develops cultural understanding. When you hear native speakers, you learn not only the language but also how people express feelings. You notice when they are polite, friendly, or serious. This cultural knowledge makes communication richer. One challenge for beginners is that English spelling and sound are different. Listening solves this problem by teaching you the real sound of words. When you combine reading and listening, you remember both spelling and pronunciation together. This is powerful learning. Listening practice can be short but effective. Even 10 minutes a day can make a big difference. The key is to practice every day instead of once a week. Small steps create big results in the long run. Another reason listening is so important is that it creates habits. Your brain starts to expect English every day, just like eating or brushing your teeth. This daily habit makes learning automatic. Soon, English will feel natural in your life. Listening also improves memory. When you hear the same phrase many times, it stays in your head like a song. This repetition is natural and enjoyable. Memory becomes stronger without effort. Listening helps you connect with people around the world. English is a global language, and millions of people use it daily. By practicing listening, you are preparing yourself for travel, study, and work. You are opening doors to new opportunities. Another great benefit is that listening improves focus. In our busy world, it is easy to get distracted. But when you sit and listen carefully, you train your brain to concentrate. This focus also helps in other parts of life. For absolute beginners, listening gives motivation to continue learning. You may not understand everything today, but tomorrow you will understand more. Each day shows you progress, and this progress feels exciting. Motivation grows with every small success. Listening also connects you with emotions. When you hear a story, you do not just hear words, you feel the mood. Happy voices, sad voices, excited voices, all these emotions make English real. This emotional connection helps you remember longer. Finally, listening creates the foundation for all other skills. Reading, writing, and speaking all depend on listening first. It is the skill that unlocks everything else in the journey. That is why Chapter 1 begins here, with the power of listening for beginners. My daily listening routine is simple and easy to follow, so that even complete beginners can use it without stress. I believe in starting small and then slowly adding more. If you try to do too much in one day, you will feel tired and quit. That is why my method is designed for steady daily practice. The first step is to prepare a short piece of listening material. This could be a short story, a dialogue, or even a simple podcast for beginners. The key is to choose something clear and easy to understand. If the audio is too difficult, you will not enjoy the practice. When I begin, I always listen once without trying to understand every word. This is called the first listening. I just relax, listen to the flow, and try to catch the general feeling. This step helps me prepare my ears and focus my mind. After the first listening, I listen again, but this time I pay attention to key words. I do not stop the audio, I just try to notice repeated words or important phrases. Slowly, my brain begins to recognize patterns. This is how comprehension grows naturally. The next step is shadowing, which means repeating after the speaker. I listen to a sentence, pause, and try to copy the sound, rhythm, and intonation. At first, it feels strange, but with practice it becomes easier. This technique builds speaking and listening together. I also like to write down a few words while listening. This is not full dictation, but a quick note of important words I hear. Writing helps me check if I really understand. Later, I can compare my notes with the transcript if one is available. Another important step is focused listening. I choose one short part, maybe just 10 seconds, and I play it several times. Each time I listen, I try to understand one new word or phrase. This micro practice makes a big difference. I always make time for fun listening too. After serious practice, I reward myself with a song, a YouTube clip, or a movie scene. Fun listening keeps me motivated. Without fun, daily practice would feel too heavy. Repetition is a big part of my routine. I often listen to the same audio for several days. Each day, I understand more and more. The same material feels easier and more comfortable over time. My routine also includes listening at different times of the day. Sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the evening, or even during a walk. Changing the time keeps the practice fresh. It also helps me connect English with daily life. I use headphones to block out other sounds. This makes the listening clear and focused. It also helps me catch small details in pronunciation. Without headphones, background noise can make practice harder. For beginners, short practice sessions are the best. 10 to 15 minutes a day is enough. Long practice sessions are not necessary in the beginning. The most important thing is to be consistent every day. I also like to speak out loud during practice. When I hear a phrase, I pause and repeat it with my own voice. This step connects listening with speaking. It also makes me feel more confident in real conversations. Another step is listening at two different speeds. First, I listen slowly to catch the words. Then, I listen at normal speed to challenge myself. Switching speeds trains both understanding and speed of reaction. I often ask myself questions while listening. Who is speaking? What is the main idea? What feeling does the voice show? These small questions guide my attention and make practice active. Sometimes I close my eyes when listening. Without reading or looking at anything, my brain focuses only on sound. This improves concentration. It also feels relaxing, almost like meditation. I include a review step at the end of practice. I ask myself what I learned and which words I remember. Even if I only remember 2 or 3 new phrases, that is success. Progress comes from small daily steps. When I feel tired, I switch to very easy listening. The goal is not perfection, the goal is habit. Easy listening keeps me moving forward without pressure. This prevents burnout and keeps me positive. I also mix listening with other skills. Sometimes I read a short text before listening to the audio version. Reading first helps me understand more when I hear it. This combination is powerful for beginners. My routine also includes listening without subtitles. Subtitles can be helpful, but they can also become a crutch. By listening without them, I train my ears to work harder. This step prepares me for real-life conversations. I practice with different types of voices. Men, women, young, old, American, international, all of them help me. The variety makes me ready for real-world English. Limiting myself to only one voice is not enough. Another step I enjoy is recording my own voice. I repeat sentences from the audio and record myself. Then, I listen and compare my voice with the original. This self-checking helps me improve pronunciation. At the end of each week, I review all the materials I practiced. I listen again to see how much easier they feel now. This weekly reflection shows me my progress clearly. It makes me proud and keeps me motivated. My daily listening routine is simple, but it works because it is consistent. Small steps every day build strong skills over time. Anyone can follow this routine, no matter their age or background. With patience, it leads to big results. Finally, I want to remind you that listening is a journey, not a test. Do not worry if you do not understand everything today. Tomorrow you will understand more. Just keep practicing daily, and success will come naturally. Short conversations are one of the best tools for beginner English learners. They give you a chance to hear natural language in a small, easy piece. A full movie or long podcast can feel overwhelming at first. But a short conversation feels friendly and manageable. When you repeat after short conversations, you train both listening and speaking at the same time. This is powerful because your ears and mouth work together. The more you copy, the more natural English sounds inside you. It is like practicing with a language coach every day. I usually begin with a very simple conversation, such as greetings. Hello, how are you? I am fine, thank you. This short exchange may seem too easy, but it builds a strong foundation. Every beginner needs these basics before moving forward. After greetings, I add daily life topics. For example, what do you want to eat? I want a sandwich. These are sentences you can use immediately in real life. When you practice them, you feel ready to speak outside the classroom. One secret is to practice conversations slowly at first. When the audio says, "Good morning," I pause and repeat carefully. Then I play it again at normal speed and try to match the rhythm. This method helps me sound more natural. It is also important to notice the tone of voice. In English, the same words can sound polite, friendly, or even angry depending on tone. By repeating after real conversations, you copy not only the words but also the feeling. That makes your English more alive. Many learners think short conversations are too simple, but they are the building blocks of fluency. A house cannot stand without bricks, and English cannot grow without these small pieces. Every short conversation you practice adds one more brick. Over time, you build a strong house. I recommend listening to each short conversation several times. The first time, just listen without repeating. The second time, repeat after each line. The third time, try to speak at the same speed as the audio. This three-step process is very effective. Short conversations also help with memory. Long texts are easy to forget, but short exchanges stay in your mind. When you practice them daily, they come out automatically when you need them. This is how speaking becomes natural. Another benefit is that conversations teach you how people really talk. In textbooks, sentences are often too perfect and formal. But in real life, people say, "Yeah, okay," or "see you later." Short conversations give you these real-world phrases. I also like to practice conversations with a partner. If you have a friend or family member, take turns playing each role. One person asks, the other answers. This activity makes learning fun and interactive. Even if you do not have a partner, you can still practice alone. Just listen to the audio, pause, and speak both sides of the conversation. It may feel funny at first, but it is excellent practice. You become both student and teacher at the same time. I sometimes record my voice while practicing short conversations. Then I play it back and compare it with the original audio. This helps me see where I need to improve. Little by little, my pronunciation becomes clearer. Short conversations also prepare you for travel. Imagine going to a restaurant, a shop, or the airport. These are places where simple conversations happen. If you practice them now, you will feel more comfortable later. Another tip is to mix old and new conversations. Start with ones you already know to warm up. Then add a new one to challenge yourself. This balance keeps practice comfortable and exciting. I also recommend acting out conversations with emotion. If the speaker sounds happy, try to sound happy too. If they sound tired, copy that feeling. Acting makes the words easier to remember and helps you enjoy the practice. Repeating conversations daily improves your listening speed. At first, everything feels fast. But after repeating many times, you begin to keep up with the audio. Your ears become faster and sharper. Short conversations are also great for practicing questions. English questions have a special melody in the voice. For example, do you like pizza? The voice goes up at the end. By repeating, you learn this melody naturally. Another step is to use gestures while practicing. If the conversation is about buying food, pretend you are paying money. If it is about meeting a friend, wave your hand. Gestures connect the words with real actions, making learning stronger. I often recommend practicing in front of a mirror. You can see your mouth move as you speak the words. This helps with pronunciation and confidence. Watching yourself speak English makes you believe in your ability. Short conversations can also be turned into mini role plays. Imagine you are the character in the dialogue. Pretend you are at the shop, or at the station, or meeting someone new. Role play makes the practice more real. When you repeat conversations daily, you create automatic responses. If someone says, "How are you?" you do not have to think, you just answer naturally. This automatic reaction is the goal of practice. The best part is that short conversations are fun and quick. You do not need hours to practice them. Just a few minutes every day is enough. Small practice sessions lead to big improvements. Finally, I want you to remember that repeating short conversations is not only for beginners. Even advanced learners continue to use this method to stay sharp. So if you practice today, you are using a powerful tool that will help you for life. Everyday English words and phrases are the real tools we use in daily life. They are simple, practical, and always useful for communication. By listening to them again and again, you prepare yourself for real conversations. These phrases are the keys that unlock daily English. When you practice listening with common words, you get comfortable with the basics. Words like yes, no, please, and thank you are small, but they carry big meaning. If you master them, you can show politeness and respect. Even simple words make a strong impression. One reason I love practicing with everyday English is that you hear them everywhere. On TV, in movies, in shops, and even in songs, they repeat again and again. This repetition makes learning easier. You cannot avoid them, and that is good for practice. Everyday phrases also build confidence quickly. When you hear "How are you?" and you can answer "I'm fine," you feel proud. Each successful exchange is like a small win. These wins motivate you to keep learning. Listening to short, useful phrases helps you speak naturally. For example, "Excuse me, I don't understand," and "Can you help me?" are phrases you can use every day. If you practice them, you can survive in any English-speaking place. That is powerful. I often recommend starting with polite expressions. Good morning, good evening, and have a nice day are easy to learn. When you listen and repeat them, you connect with people warmly. Polite language opens doors in every culture. Another important group is question phrases. Where is the bus stop, or how much is this, are real-life questions. By listening to them often, you train your ear to catch both the question form and the answer. This makes daily life smoother. Greetings and introductions are also essential. What's your name, and nice to meet you are phrases you will hear again and again. If you practice listening to them, you will feel ready to meet new people. Social interactions become less stressful. Listening with everyday food words is also fun. Phrases like "I'd like some coffee" or "Can I have water, please?" are used in restaurants and cafes. Practicing them makes you feel ready to order confidently. Food is a part of daily life, so this practice is very practical. Numbers and prices are another important area. "One ticket, please," or "It costs $5 are simple but necessary phrases. Listening to them prepares you for shopping. You will not feel lost when paying or asking for change. Transportation words are also useful for listening practice. Phrases like "the bus is late" or "where is the train station" are common. These phrases make travel easier. Practicing them gives you confidence in public places. Everyday phrases also show the natural rhythm of English. When you listen carefully, you hear how native speakers connect words. For example, "What do you want?" often sounds like "What do you want?" Listening helps you catch these natural shortcuts. I also encourage listening to everyday expressions of feeling. "I'm happy," "I'm tired," "I'm busy," or "I'm hungry" are simple but powerful. They let you express yourself clearly. Practicing them helps you share your daily life in English. Everyday phrases often include polite requests. "Could you please open the window?" or "Can you tell me the time?" These phrases are both polite and useful. Listening to them teaches you how to ask without sounding rude. Listening to directions is another useful skill. "Turn left," "go straight," and "across the street" are common phrases. When you practice them, you are ready to ask for help in a new place. Understanding directions is important for travelers. Health-related phrases are also helpful. "I need a doctor," "I feel sick," or "I have a headache" are simple but necessary. Practicing them gives you confidence in emergencies. It is better to be prepared before you need them. Everyday listening also introduces you to time phrases. "What time is it?" "It's 3 o'clock," or "See you tomorrow" are common sentences. By listening to them often, you learn how to manage time in English. These phrases are part of daily life. Small talk is another area to practice. Phrases like "the weather is nice" or "that's interesting" help you keep a conversation going. Listening to them teaches you how to be friendly in English. Small talk builds relationships. Another benefit is that everyday phrases are short and clear. They are not long sentences full of grammar. Instead, they are practical tools you can use immediately. Listening to them is quick and effective. I recommend practicing in small groups of phrases. Choose 5 phrases today, listen, and repeat. Tomorrow, add 5 more. This way, you grow step by step without pressure. Small steps lead to big success. Everyday listening can also be done anywhere. On the bus, during a walk, or before bed, you can listen to a few phrases. They do not require long study time. They fit naturally into your daily routine. I like to listen to phrases with different voices. One person may say thank you quickly, another slowly. This variety prepares you for real-life conversations. Everyone speaks differently, and you must be ready. When you practice everyday English, remember to use your voice too. Listening alone is good, but repeating aloud is better. Speaking the phrases makes them part of your active memory. Then you can use them without thinking. The most important reason to listen to everyday phrases is that they are real. You will hear them in shops, on the street, in schools, and at work. They are not just exercises from a textbook. They are living English you will use daily. Finally, I want you to remember that listening to everyday English phrases is the fastest way to feel confident. With just a few words, you can greet, ask, and answer. These small steps give you real power. They are your ticket to daily English success. When you are a beginner, English often sounds too fast to understand. This is normal, and every learner experiences it. The good news is that you can train your ears step by step. The secret is to start slow and then move to normal speed. Slow listening is like training wheels on a bicycle. At first, you need extra support to balance. By listening slowly, you can hear each word more clearly. Once you feel comfortable, you can remove the training wheels and ride faster. One useful tip is to listen to the same audio at two different speeds. First, play it slowly so your brain can catch every word. Then, play it again at the original speed. This way, you connect the slow and fast versions together. Another helpful idea is to focus on small sections. Instead of trying to understand a full conversation, take just 10 seconds. Listen slowly, repeat the words, and then try at normal speed. This small practice builds big improvements. Do not be afraid to repeat many times. Listening once is never enough for beginners. Each time you listen, you notice something new. Repetition is the mother of learning. It is also helpful to use transcripts when available. First, listen slowly without reading. Then, check the transcript to see the words. Finally, listen again at normal speed with your eyes closed. This three-step method is very powerful. Slow listening builds your confidence. You start to believe, yes, I can understand English. Confidence is important because fear blocks progress. When you feel safe, your brain learns faster. Normal speed listening prepares you for real life. In the street, in shops, or in meetings, nobody speaks slowly. That is why you must practice both speeds. Slow listening is for learning, and normal speed is for reality. Another tip is to practice with clear voices first. Choose recordings where the speaker talks slowly and clearly. Once you master these, you can move on to more natural speech. Step by step, you grow stronger. Music is another fun way to practice speed. First, listen to a song slowly and read the lyrics. Then, listen again at the normal speed. Songs are great because they repeat words and phrases many times. Do not worry if you miss words at normal speed. Even native speakers do not catch everything. Focus on the main idea, not every single word. Understanding the big picture is more important. It helps to close your eyes when listening slowly. This removes distractions and makes your brain focus only on sound. Then, open your eyes for normal speed and use more of your senses. Changing focus keeps your practice fresh. Another idea is to shadow slowly at first. Copy each word carefully, matching pronunciation and rhythm. Then shadow again at normal speed, even if you make mistakes. Mistakes are part of growth. You can also slow down videos on YouTube. Most players have a speed option, like 0.75x or 0.5x. This is perfect for practice. Use technology to make English fit your learning. Remember to celebrate small wins. If you understood just one extra word today, that is progress. Progress comes step by step, not all at once. Be patient with yourself. Normal speed practice becomes easier when you already know the topic. For example, if the video is about food, learn the vocabulary first. Then listen at normal speed. Familiar words make listening smoother. You can mix slow and normal speed in one session. Start slow to build comfort, then switch to normal to test yourself. This combination keeps your ears flexible. Flexibility is the secret skill of good listeners. Another tip is to record yourself speaking slowly. Compare it with the audio, then try again at normal speed. Speaking practice makes listening stronger. The two skills always support each other. Remember that listening is not just about words, but also rhythm. Slow listening lets you hear the beat of English. Normal speed shows you how the beat flows naturally. Together, they train your sense of music in the language. It is also helpful to practice with different voices at slow and normal speeds. A teacher's voice may be clear, but real people speak differently. By listening to many voices, you prepare for real conversations. Do not feel bad if normal speed is difficult. It is supposed to be a challenge. Over time, what feels impossible today will become normal tomorrow. Your brain just needs time. Slow listening is like studying with a magnifying glass. You see every detail clearly. Normal speed is like stepping back and seeing the whole picture. Both views are necessary for full understanding. Try to use listening every day, even for a few minutes. Daily practice is better than long study once a week. Your brain grows stronger with regular training. Consistency is more important than intensity. Finally, remember that slow listening is a tool, not a goal. Your real goal is to understand normal speed in daily life. Use slow practice as your bridge to reach that goal. With patience, you will succeed. A mini listening test is a fun way to check your progress. It is not a serious exam, so do not feel nervous. Think of it as a game to measure how much you already understand. Every small success is a reason to feel proud. The goal of this quiz is not perfection, but practice. Even if you miss some answers, you are still learning. Mistakes are simply steps on the road to improvement. That is why this test is called fun instead of serious. Let's begin with a very simple question. Imagine someone says, "Hello, how are you?" What do you think this means? The answer is clear, it is a greeting asking about your feelings. Now listen to a short phrase, "I am hungry." Do you understand what the speaker wants to express? Yes, it means they want to eat something. Recognizing basic feelings is the first skill of listening. Here comes another test sentence, "It is raining outside." This is not difficult, but it teaches you to catch everyday details. The meaning is simple, it tells about the weather. Listening to daily life topics builds confidence. Next, let's try a question form. Where is the bus stop? Do you hear the rising tone at the end? This helps you know it is a question. The answer would be a place or direction. For the next test, imagine someone says, "See you tomorrow." What does this mean? It is a farewell phrase that promises to meet again. Such short phrases make communication warm and friendly. Here is another phrase, "I like pizza." This teaches you how to recognize personal opinions. It is important to catch "I like" because people often share their likes and dislikes. These phrases are useful for daily conversations. Now, let's try a polite expression, "Excuse me." Do you know when this is used? It is for catching attention in a polite way. Understanding polite words makes you sound respectful. The next listening test is about time. It's 3 o'clock. What does this mean? It tells the exact time of the day. Numbers and time phrases are important for daily schedules. Here is a phrase you might hear often, "Can you help me?" This is a request. If you understand this, you are ready for real-life situations. Requests are part of natural English. Let's try another sentence, "I don't understand." This is something you might need to say yourself. Knowing this phrase is useful when you face difficulties. It also signals others to speak slowly. The next phrase is, "Turn left." What is this used for? Yes, it is a direction. Directions are very common in real life, especially when traveling. Here is a test with feelings, "I'm tired." Do you understand it? It means the person has no energy and wants to rest. Recognizing emotions makes conversations meaningful. The next phrase is about daily life, "I'm going to school." This tells you about someone's activity. Listening for daily routines helps you understand people better. Here comes a question, "What's your name?" The answer should be a person's name. This is one of the most common questions in English. Practicing it prepares you for introductions. Now let's test shopping language. How much is this? What does it mean? It is asking about price. This phrase is essential in every store. The next phrase is, "Good night." This is a polite way to say goodbye in the evening. Knowing greetings for different times of day makes your English friendly. Let's try another question, "Do you like music?" This is about personal interest. Understanding such questions makes conversations enjoyable. It helps you connect with people. Here is a travel phrase: where is the train station? This is very useful for visitors. Being able to understand this helps in new cities. Listening prepares you for real experiences. Now, listen to this phrase: I need water. What does this mean? It is a simple request for something important. Recognizing needs is key for survival English. The next phrase is about feelings again: I'm happy. This shows a positive emotion. Catching words about emotions makes communication warmer. It connects you to the speaker's mood. Finally, here is one last phrase: thank you very much. This is a polite phrase of gratitude. If you understand and use this often, people will like speaking with you. Politeness is universal. This mini quiz shows that you can understand many short sentences. Even if you missed some, you now know what to practice. Listening tests are not about passing or failing, they are about growth. Every attempt is progress. So remember, practice these phrases every day. The more you listen, the more natural they will feel. This mini listening test is only the beginning. The real journey is to make English part of your daily life. Thank you for joining me today on Easy English Official. You have completed an amazing journey through listening practice for beginners. Remember, every minute you spend listening is a step toward fluency. Small daily habits lead to big success in English learning. If you enjoyed this lesson, please support our community. Click the like button to show your love. Subscribe to Easy English Official so you never miss a new video. Together, we can make English simple and fun for everyone. Your feedback is very important to me. Leave a comment and tell me which part helped you the most. Ask questions, share your ideas, and suggest new topics. This way, we can grow together as one learning family. Do not forget to share this video with friends and family. When you share, you help others start their English journey too. Learning is always better when we do it together. Let's create 1 million learners around the world. This is Easy English Official, and I am proud of your progress today. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and never give up on your goals. English is your bridge to new opportunities and new friends. I will see you in the next video. Keep listening and keep learning.